And welcome everybody to the West Gym at Simon Fraser University. Howard Samura here for the broadcast of the GNAC opener for Simon Fraser Clan women's basketball tonight. The arch nemesis from Bellingham, the Western Washington Vikings, in town to open the 2018-19 GNAC season. About just under 4 minutes away from the anthems and the opening tip here at the West Gym. A pancakes and bacon promotion, the most heavenly smell of bacon and pancakes here in the West Gym as the crowds file in. A great atmosphere expected tonight. The MEI Screaming Eagles marching band to provide some of the atmosphere here for basketball fans, and everyone's very excited to watch this new Simon Fraser Clan women's basketball team under the head coach Bruce Langford, his 18th season at the helm, and a class of 5 incoming freshmen that we will let you know about. We should let you know, though, off the top, Simon Fraser entering tonight's play in a 4-game win streak after dropping the season opener 75-70 to UC San Diego way back on November the 9th. The Clan has been perfect ever since, including that dramatic overtime victory last Saturday, 82-80 in overtime at the D2 Coast to Coast Classic in Anchorage, Alaska, as they defeat Florida Tech. Some of the top scorers through 5 starts for this Clan team: Sophie Swant, the senior forward out of Argyle Secondary in North Vancouver, leading the way, 15 points a game, 7.2 rebounds, and 10 total steals over the first 5 games for Sophie Swant. Jessica Jones as well, the redshirt sophomore, 14.6 points per game. Taylor Drynan, the junior guard, 13.2 points per game, as well as 4.5 assists per contest. Starting to gear down here for the start of this contest. As we mentioned, Simon Fraser 4-1 overall, looking to make it 5 in a row tonight against the Western Washington team led by the familiar head coach Carmen Dolfo. The Vikings 4-2 overall this season, and they themselves with a 3-game win streak entering tonight's contest. Last week, Western Washington hosted the Linda Goodrich Classic and entered a 73-72 win over the University of Mary, followed by a 78-68 victory over Minnesota Crookston. So a nice start for both of these teams on an early roll, and a great rivalry series here. Western Washington, will let you know, has won 6 out of the last 7, but Simon Fraser got the last one right at the end of the GNAC campaign as part of that great finish, winning 3 of their last 4 down the stretch drive of the GNAC season. The freshmen that we mentioned, you'll have a look at them, and they were all tremendous. 4 of them BC girls, coming straight out of the BC high school ranks. Sienna Lenz out of Abbotsford, Sophie Klassen, Georgia Swant, Emma Kramer, and Justina Chan as well make up the 5-person freshman class for Simon Fraser. But we also have to welcome 2 returning faces in Ozzy Nabucco, a season-high 20 points against Florida Tech, of course missing last season with that ACL injury, and Samantha Beauchamp, a familiar face, 8.8 points per game. In a solid preseason, taking a year off the post out of Holy Cross Secondary in Surrey, 7.2 rebounds per game. Already, though, 16 blocks and very active on the offensive glass. So welcome back, Samantha Beauchamp, to the Simon Fraser University women's basketball team. 2 new assistant coaches as well under Bruce Langford, Maylin Smith and Kyle Cook, now on the bench with head coach Bruce Langford. There are officials for tonight's game. Paul Patterson, Mike Thompson, and Michael Ann Watts will be the 3 officials. As we mentioned, the MEI Screaming Eagle Band under the direction of Chad Joyner to provide the atmosphere in the gym here tonight. We're getting down to about 10 seconds before we're going to hear a buzzer here in the West Gym. The crowd filing in, and we will take a short break here right at the buzzer and return with the starting lineups following the anthems here at the West Gym.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the West Gym for tonight's game between the visiting Western Washington University Vikings and your Simon Fraser University Clan. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and please remove all caps. We'll play the American and Canadian national anthems.
And we're back with you here at the West Gym, Howard Samaria, as we get set for the starting lineups to be introduced here in the West Gym, Western Washington. With their starters, they will be number 3, Lexi Bland, number 15, Danny Iwami, or number 10, check that, number 12, Emma Duff, number 15 is Kelsey Rogers, and number 44, Anna Schwecke. The starters for your Western Washington Vikings. Simon Fraser clan being set to be introduced here to the crowd. And Sienna Lenz out of Abbotsford Secondary, the pure freshman guard, has been playing with the starting group, and she will continue as the GNAC season opens tonight. Number 1 out of Abbotsford Secondary School. What a great high school career Sienna Lenz brings here to Simon Fraser University. The junior guard Taylor Drynan, as well out of Gonzaga Prep. Sophie Swant, the senior, number 21, the forward, out of Argyle Secondary in North Vancouver. Ozzy Nabucco, as we mentioned, wearing number 32 in the GNAC Rookie of the Year 2 seasons ago, missed all of last season with an ACL injury. And what a fantastic talent she is. Welcome back to the lineup. And Jessica Jones, wearing number 33, the redshirt sophomore out of McMass Secondary in Richmond. Some great anticipation here for the opening of the 2018-19 GNAC season. Both of these teams picked in the preseason coaches poll to finish in the top 4. And it will be a battle here tonight. And of course, the travel partners in the GNAC and the traditional rivals won't see each other till the end of the season down in Bellingham. So get ready to tip it off here, the 2018-19 GNAC season on Clan TV. Glad you could be with us. Clan will take possession off the opening tip, and Drynan, number 5, with the basketball. Lenz thought about it instead of drive in the jump stop in the paint. They'll whistle that off, and no basket there on the travel underneath to Sienna Lenz. Here come the Vikings. Number 3 is Lexi Bland, 5'6" junior out of Ellensburg, Washington. Drynan guarding her. Iwami. Duff with the basketball, they'll kick it around the perimeter. Iwami with a big 3, too strong off the back iron, right into the hands of Jones. Jessica Jones right back up the floor. Drynan, little head fake into the paint. Pivots looking for Swan, a little handoff play to Sophie. Give it right back to Taylor for 3, well off the mark, doesn't draw iron there. Give both these teams a couple possessions to work off the energy, the anticipation of getting the new GNAC season underway. Is Bland right back down the court now for the Vikings. Iwami inside to Kelsey Rogers. High-low going down for Schwecke. Are they going to call Schwecke for the foul, the first of the game? Lenz now back up the floor for Simon Fraser. Jones loves to shoot the 3 ball instead to Drynan. Nabucco back to Jones. Bland guarding her. Swamp puts her head down. Almost loses control. Sienna Lenz now with the basketball. Back up top, shot clock at 3 as Jones puts up the shot just off the mark. Iwami going down to Schwecke on the baseline. Looks like it was batted out of bounds there by Jess Jones. First sub of the game. Schwecke, who picked up that foul, is going to come out of the game. It'll be number 20, Katrina Jamaica. Turnover city here early. Illegal screen set there, and the Kelsey Rogers with the call there. So the second team foul. Under 2 minutes gone here in this opening quarter of play. Drawing into Lenz. Drawing into Lenz for three, and Clan opening 0 for 3 from downtown here. Iwami very quickly down the floor for the Vikes. Little hesitation dribble and right into Taylor Drynan, who was out of position. So the Vikings with 24 on the shot clock, and Bland inbounding to Iwami. Great steal there by Nabucco. Ozzy with a great job to get it down to Swant. Sophie quickly lays it up and in, and that will open the scoring in the entire GNAC conference here this year. The first game of the conference being played here tonight, and Swant getting a nice finish there off the steal from Ozzy Nabucco. Jamaica, the turnaround, in and out, ripped away there by Lenz. Great play there by Bland to get her hands in on that loose ball as Lenz had prepared to get her team back up the floor. Take a look at that replay on Clan TV. Sophie Swant with a nice job there. Leading scorer, as we mentioned, in the preseason. And a senior and true leader on this Simon Fraser team. Her younger sister, Georgia, one of those prime new recruits that we'll see here at some point off the bench. Here's Jamaica, high-low, down low, and Rogers will lay it up and in. Kelsey Rogers, a 6'1" sophomore out of Bothell, Washington, will tie the game at 2. Here's Jones on the baseline, high off the window. And Jessica can't get that one to go. Western will bring it right back down the floor. Nabucco coming out hard there is going to get called for the foul against Gracie Castaneda. So the blocking foul is called there against Nabucco, her first of the game. Castaneda the inbounds to Duff, number 12. Great defense, so Nabucco. And this time the foul going the other way. Castaneda getting called for the foul there. Nabucco, you can see with that support on the left knee. Well, what a terrific freshman season she had 2 seasons ago. Certainly missed last season. Low scoring 2-2 tie here. 3.5 minutes into our GNAC season opener from Burnaby Mountain. Samantha Beauchamp also returnee on this team. Jones with a miss there, 0 for 4 for the Clan from downtown. Duff. Swant guarding her back on top to Rogers. Kelsey the drive, wants the scoop, and there's another block. Samantha Beauchamp's game, you thought maybe she gained a little rust sitting a year, but she's blocking shots better than she did 2 seasons ago. And that's a big, big number. Her offensive boards and her rebounds have been difference makers throughout a 4-1 preseason for this Clan basketball team. Castaneda. A couple of bounces underneath the Rogers. Wants the reverse underneath, and Kelsey Rogers. Giving the Vikings a 4-2 lead. Quickly, can't get the English off the window. Great finish there, and Sam Beauchamp will finish it off underneath for Simon Fraser. Knots the score here at 4. The pace picking up. Castaneda puts her head down to the base to the free throw line. Turnaround, Rogers using that physicality, and she's going to get the roll on the nice turnaround play. 6-4 back-to-back baskets by Kelsey Rogers. Drynan looking for Sir Beauchamp, check that underneath, and Rogers active defensively. Gets a hand in there, deflected out of the way. So Nabucco will, not sure who's coming out, Jess Jones will come out, and Georgia Swant, wearing number 10, the younger sister of Sophie Swant. 2 Swant sisters getting a season together here. Sophie, the senior, with the basketball. Underneath, and they will foul Beauchamp. So Sam Beauchamp, you're noticing her activity early is making some good things happen here on the floor. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. The foul is going against Simon Fraser. I'm not too sure. I didn't see that one. And head coach Bruce Langford out to talk to the official, Michael Ann Watts, about that call. Didn't go the way it looked, and the foul is called against Samantha Beauchamp. She looked like to be the one taking the ball to the rack, but for some reason the foul goes against her. So Western now with the basketball. Bland very quickly down the floor. Castaneda. Simon Fraser defense aggressive here early. They're getting some steals and putting some pressure on Western in the half court. Bland to Castaneda. Nabucco makes a difference on the perimeter. Here comes Beauchamp as well. Clears it open underneath though, and they are unable to cash in underneath the basket there. Number 20, Katrina Jamaica with a nice chance there. Couldn't finish it off. A Clan player hitting the deck, and Castaneda, or Jamaica, check that. No, Castaneda, 22, is going to get called for her second foul of the game. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. And what a energetic start here by both teams, working off a little bit of nervous energy. And already we've seen some of those Simon Fraser freshmen. Sienna Lenz out of Abbotsford getting a start, and Georgia Swant out of Argyle now on the floor. She came in for Jessica Jones. Clan dance team here, entertaining the crowd, and it's going to be an interesting season from a Clan perspective. We hope you will join us for every Clan men's and women's home game, all here on Clan TV. And as usual, our thanks to producer-engineer Gabe Lynn for such a wonderful production here from the West Gym. I hope you're enjoying this broadcast wherever you may be watching tonight. Some of the numbers we can bring you up to date on here. The Clan shooting 2 of 8, and we mentioned 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. They have not gotten going, and you know that Jessica Jones, Taylor Drynan, and Sienna Lenz can all shoot it from beyond the arc. They're a combined 0 for 4. Beauchamp and Swant with the baskets for Simon Fraser. All 6 points in this basketball game for Western coming from Kelsey Rogers. Down low, she's 3 for 4 for 6 points in this basketball game. We're right at the midway mark of the opening quarter in a low-scoring 6-4 game. Taylor Drynan now with the basketball for Simon Fraser. Kendall Sands, number 15, the sophomore guard, into the game now for her first appearance of the game. In fact, Drynan, and another basket underneath, and Kelsey Rogers has got it going here. 4 of 5 from the field, and all 8 points for the Vikings. Sands a drive off the window, can't get the finish. Simon Fraser getting to the basket, unable to complete a couple here early, and they trail it 8-4. Rogers again, one-on-one against Sam, and what a great job by Beauchamp positionally to deny her underneath. Samantha Beauchamp looks so smooth in her return here to the Clan lineup early. Kendall Sands underneath to Beauchamp, off the window, and Sam Beauchamp will lay it up and in. Great dish from Kendall Sands. And the Clan pulled it within 2 here at 8-6. Iwami up top to number 1, Avery Dykstra. Kendall Sands now with the basketball. Drynan the skip on the baseline to Swant, back up top to her sister Georgia. Kendall Sands. Beauchamp, great look on the cut underneath to Georgia Swant. Georgia moving well underneath the basket. It's going to draw the foul. Samantha Beauchamp doing a great job there on the nice hard work on the cut there from Georgia Swant. And so Georgia gets to the free throw line, and she will get that one to rattle home. Georgia Swant, her first of many points here in the GNAC. 3:27 left in the quarter, and Swant makes it 8-7. Drynan out of the game, Ozzy Nabucco back in, so it's both Swants along with Beauchamp, Nabucco, and Sands. And Georgia Swant's going to make them both. Molly Olson, number 32, getting called for the foul there. And Georgia Swant with those two makes ties this game at 8. I'll get that one up on the board, her first of the game. 15 foul. Beauchamp with the basketball off the inbound. Georgia Swant looking off the Beauchamp screen. Knocked out of bounds by Awami. So it's Western Washington with all their success from Rogers. The only points in this game, all 8 coming from Rogers, but they get a steal off the inbounds. Anna Schwecke getting her team back down the floor. Dykstra. Baseline's going to get it back off the relay. She's going to knock down the first distance shot in this game. It makes it 11-8. Avery Dykstra to Lyndon Christian knocking down the triple for the Vikes. Sophie's going to pull up from the elbow, unable to find the finish here. Simon Fraser can't get the jump shooting game going here in the early going. And clearly something Western wants to take away from the Clan. Underneath, Schwecke, and what a great job by Sam Beauchamp. She is a difference maker underneath. They're going to call a jump ball, and that's going to be alternating possession. It'll be Simon Fraser basketball. Georgia Swant coming out of the game. Sophie Swant also coming out of the game. And the sisters got it done there. With Samantha Beauchamp with her blocks, her rebounds, her passing from the high post, doing everything here. Off the bench for Simon Fraser. Vikings with an 11-8 lead. Jump shot's going to rattle home for Jessica Jones. And the big triple ties the game at 11. And that's what double threes can do for you. Jessica Jones knocks down the triple. Schwecke back on top to Dykstra. Molly Olson. Dykstra back in the low block. Schwecke, 16-footer, and they will knock that down. Well executed by the Vikings through Jamaica, who knocks down the 16-footer facing the basket. 13-11 at Western Washington. We should mention Emma Kramer, the freshman of Sullivan Heights in Surrey, number 12, also on the floor right now. Jessica Jones steps into a 3-ball, can't get it to go. Kramer with a great hustle underneath, gets a tip, and keeps the ball alive. Lexi Bland at the chicken in the next stoppage for Western. Here's Jones on the baseline, cutting to Kramer. Couple bounces, Jessica for 3, bingo! Jessica Jones makes it rain, 124. Back-to-back threes for Jones, and the Clan with a 14-13 lead. Schwecke underneath. Take a look at the play here as Jones puts up the 3 in our Clan TV replay. Get the ball in rhythm to Jessica Jones and she'll make good things happen. And she knocks down a big shot there. Emma Kramer, a nice job to tip that ball underneath and keep the possession alive for the basket. Coming out of the game now. Jumper there from Dykstra won't go. Great job going to the basket there from Nabucco to get that rebound. And Kendall quickly up the floor for Simon Fraser. Jump shot from Jones again. Bingo! Jessica Jones on fire in the final minute of play. 3 triples. And 33 red hot here. Simon Fraser with a 17-13 lead. Here's Bland on the far side of the floor. Awami to Dykstra. High-low they go underneath to Schwecke. She goes with the left hand, can't get it to go. Great job underneath Beauchamp. Just such a difference maker defensively here today. About 4 seconds difference between the clocks here as we get down to 26 seconds remaining. Sands battling here. Iwami guarding her closely outside the three-point arc. Shot clock down to 10 now for Simon Fraser as Sands works off the screen. They're going to call her for a double dribble. Oh, excuse me, Iwami getting called for the foul there. So Sands getting to the free throw line here with 13 seconds left. Sophie Klassen of the Sardis Secondary in Chilliwack, number 4, is on the floor right now. Her debut in the GNAC, one of those freshmen. I think we've seen every freshman here on this Clan roster with the exception of Justina Chan, number 11. Shot clock's off, down to 10 seconds left in the quarter. Iwami playing for the last shot here for Western. Hesitation as she drives underneath the Schwecke. She's going to make it. She lays it up and in with 0.2 of a second. A big basket there for the Vikings. And a bit more purpose by both teams towards the end of that opening period. 18-15 our score. So Simon Fraser getting some looks from downtown and making them count as Jessica Jones hits 3 straight triples. Real big flourish there offensively for Simon Fraser, who lead this game 18-15. And if you're a Simon Fraser basketball fan, you've seen the future of the program in terms of a fine recruiting class of freshmen already getting a great opportunity here to be a part of this. And we've also seen Ozzy Nabucco and Samantha Beauchamp, both of whom were not with the team last year. Nabucco with injury, and Beauchamp had decided to leave the program for one season. So what a great addition. There are 7 new players on this Clan team. And certainly their character and just who they are as a basketball team will be more defined as the season progresses. But the early going here, looking good here. Simon Fraser as they lead 18-15 after the opening quarter of play. Leading scorers for Simon Fraser in that opening quarter of play. 4 points for Samantha Beauchamp, who should mention, of course, Jessica Jones with 6. So Jones with 6, Beauchamp with 4, Nabucco with 3, and 2 apiece for Swant, and both of the Swants have 2 points apiece. And you can see that list of freshmen right there. Sienna Lenz starting, Sophie Klassen saw time, Georgia Swant did, as well as Emma Kramer. And Justina Chan, number 11, the one we haven't seen here as we get going in the second quarter of play. Shot clock didn't start here to begin the second quarter of play, so they'll make some adjustments here. And that'll be Iwami set to inbound the basketball. Danny Iwami, the 5'7" junior, the transfer to Hawaii Pacific. Schwecke inside, being guarded by Beauchamp. Bruce Langford letting the officials know. Beauchamp doing a great job defensively. She's been terrific thus far in this basketball game. Didn't start, but came off the bench and has just been invaluable in so many different areas for Simon Fraser early in this basketball game. Here's Drynan working off the Beauchamp screen high. Now to Sophie. Dishing underneath, looking for Beauchamp, deflected away, but the Clan get it back. Now the whistle blows. Mike Thompson, the official, blowing his whistle. Swant will inbound, 5 on the shot clock here. Drynan have to do something quickly. She drives, puts it up, can't get it to go underneath. And they are not going to count that. Thought she beat the clock there, but you can hear head coach Bruce Langford right here courtside from our broadcast location. He thought it was good. It will not stand, and it remains 18-15, a minute into the second quarter of play. Lexi Bland to Duff. Sienna Lenz out to guard her, wearing number 1. Here's Bland, wants to play the angle. Beauchamp got a fingertip on it, but a whistle blowing underneath. And they're going to call Sam for the foul. Her second of the game. Josie Nabuco checking into the game now for Simon Fraser, along with Jessica Jones. Bland takes the first free throw, swishes it. So Jones and Nabuco into the game now for Beauchamp and Klassen. Sophie Klassen, the 6-foot guard forward of the Sardis Secondary in Chilliwack. Second one will rattle home for Bland. She makes them both 18-17, a 1-point game. Dryden now back up the floor for Simon Fraser. Lupita Lenz tries to split the defense, loses it, but gets it back. Pivoting, trying to find an outlet, gets it to Swant. But a turnover there is going to give the ball right back to Western Washington. Starting group on the floor for Simon Fraser right now early in the second quarter. Here's Duff from about 12. It won't rattle home. Great job there by Lenz to compete so hard for that loose ball, and that's what Sienna Lenz was all about throughout her high school career in Abbotsford. Just a fearless player who, from a physical standpoint, ready to step right into the GNAC. She battled hard, and you can see Duff feeling that as she makes her way back up the court. Sienna Lenz, of course, the daughter of Prentice Lenz, the Abbotsford coach, who had a great high school career at MEI and played right here for the Simon Fraser Clan. Little head fake there by Dryden on the baseline. She drives a skip pass to Nabuco, and Ozzy off the glass, lays it up and in. Great job there from Nabuco. Great ball movement from the Clan to make it 20-17. 3-point lead now for Simon Fraser. Underneath, what a great look underneath there. They find Schwecke, and a great look there as Nabuco goes right down the floor. She's going to get that right back. Just going to say Lexi Bland made a nice pass to Schwecke underneath, but boy, Ozzy Nabuco so quickly down the floor gets those two right back. And 22-19 now the score. Iwami. Dykstra down low. Rogers, this time the turnaround shot is not going to roll in. Schwecke working hard for that offensive board. And Sophie Swant getting called for the foul as Schwecke goes hard to the glass. Very experienced Simon Fraser team in some facets, very young as well. Sophie Swant and Samantha Beauchamp, the two seniors on this team, as we take a look at a replay there on Clan TV. Of course, Dryden a junior, and then after that, everybody is either a freshman or a sophomore. (22-21) Clan with a 1-point lead. Klassen. They go back up top now to Dryden. Klassen with a fake, tries to split two defenders, but will draw the contact. Interesting to watch Sophie Klassen. She brings some good size and is able to very quickly morph from her guard spot to go right down inside. And that 6 foot, very versatile player here. Draws the contact, makes the first free throw. I believe Jamaica's the player that came in as Klassen makes the second free throw. Katrina Jamaica, number 20, now into the game for Western. Here's Iwami, little hesitation past Nabuco. They go back up top to Schwecke. Iwami feeds underneath. Jamaica having trouble with the basketball. They get it outside, and three ball is hoisted there from Bland. It goes right over the rim. She's hearing about it here from the Clan crowd. Nabuco still able to get that ball that was deflected back up top to Jones. Great job with the handle underneath, and what a great play that was by the junior Taylor Drynan. Just owned the handle on that basketball. She powered her way and reversed it home. What a great job for a 26-21 lead for the Clan. Awami go to Dykstra now. Jamaica back up top. Awami again guarded. Shot clock down to 7 here. Awami got tangled up there as she went to the basket. Was Anna Schwecke. Got tangled up there with Nabucco. No foul called. And we will continue with play here. Got to get a look at that Drynan replay, though, when we do have a break. What a great play. What a great handle on the basketball by Taylor Drynan on the baseline through traffic. Here's Jones. Sophie cross court now. Taylor again with the basketball. Drynan spinning in the paint, puts it up off the rim. Can't get it to go. Awami quickly down the floor for Western. She changes gears as they kick it back up top, but it's turned over to Drynan. Taylor will slow it up and wait for her teammates. Finding Jones in transition. The 3 ball off the side iron, and Western able to rip it down. Awami again. And a quick hitter. They find Anna Schwecke underneath for the lay-in. Pretty evenly matched squads here in the GNAC home opener. Western Washington visiting Simon Fraser. Here's Jones on the baseline. Sophie from the elbow can't get that one to fall. A battle for a loose ball, and Nabucco hits the deck. Land to Awami, and she cuts to the basket, can't get it to go. Jamaica with a rebound, finding Anna Schwecke. And Western on a bit of a roll here, cuts it to 1. 4:36 to the half. Hasn't been a whistle here in quite a while. Steal, and that is Dykstra. She will lay that ball up and in, and just like that, Western Washington back on top with a 27-26 lead. Clan set to make some wholesale changes here at the next stoppage. Drynan guarded by Awami, quickly to Ozzy at the free throw line. Nabucco right to the rack, can't get it to go, blocked from behind by Schmecke, and here they come again, the Vikings. Land up top, Awami for 3. Too strong off the back iron, tipped away by Ozzy into the hands of Taylor Drynan. Drynan, Sophie Swan running the floor hard, can't get the roll. Tough break there for Swan. As they wrestle for the loose ball, they'll call a jump ball, and I believe it's going to be Western possession. So a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with 3:40 remaining. What a terrific basketball game we're getting here in the late going of the opening half of play. As that Clan dance team gets back on the floor. We can let you know that for the latest SFU men's basketball news, stats, videos, and more, you can visit athletics.sfu.ca/WBasketball. You can also follow the team on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for behind-the-scenes content and more. And as you're watching today's game, live streamed on YouTube, you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/WBBlive. That's your bookmark for Clan women's basketball this season. Live stats for this game available at athletics.sfu.ca/livestats. Keep up with the happenings throughout this game, and of course on demand as well. That's athletics.sfu.ca/on-demand. The full library of Simon Fraser Clan men's and women's sports available. We're going to get back to the Clan TV replay. Take a look. What a great job. And we talked about that play, a real highlight from Taylor Drynan as she drives the baseline. But ever since, Western getting on a bit of a roll, able to reclaim the lead. It's been a super tight opening half play, 3:40 left until the break. Teams coming out of their timeouts now. Georgia Swanton, Kendall Sands now into the basketball game along with Sophie Swan, Jessica Jones, and Sophie Klassen. And Swan's going to give her team the lead right back at 28-27. Jamaica, a fake right to the window, can't get that to go. She beat Sophie Swan off the dribble. Effectively there. Here's Bland, cuts through the traffic, can't get that one to fall either. Loose ball right into the hands. Emma Duff leans into her check. Sophie Swan took a hit. Heading to the bench now as Klassen will inbound the basketball. Sienna Lenz, number 1, now checking into the game for Simon Fraser. She's got the basketball, wearing number 1. Jones. Georgia Swan finds a lane, goes off the window. Doesn't score it, but Georgia's going to get fouled. Emma Duff, number 12, I believe, getting called for the foul there. Oh, am I wrong? Number 20. Katrina Jamaica getting called for the foul. Swan not with a field goal yet, but 3 of 4 from the stripe, so making things happen in her GNAC debut. Lexi Bland now back down the floor for Western. Awami, Georgia Swan guarding her. Double team comes quickly underneath. They'll move it around, and Dykstra tees up a 3 ball. It's not going to fall for her, but a rebound underneath. Schwecke had the ball but lost it. And the Clan take over. Jones to the far corner. Lenz back to Georgia for 3. Ooh, Swan doesn't miss by much there. Side iron out, and the rebound by Jamaica. Lenz and Sands putting on a press here. Ooh, and Kendall Sands is going to get called for the foul there. A tough break. They were putting nice pressure on defensively. The Western able to gain an edge, and as they drove towards the half-court stripe, the whistle blows. So Sands with her first foul of the game. Ooh, a steal by Sands. She's going to beat the Vikes right down the floor and get hammered on her way to the basket. So great job there by Kendall Sands. Kendall Sands, a player who came into this program last season. Not sure how much floor time she was going to get, but injuries and other situations allowed her to step right into the lineup as a pure freshman in the GNAC, and she did a terrific job, and just building on that with this great guard group here with the Clan. So a steal by Sands, she gets fouled and makes the first. Makes it a 4-point game here with 2:05 left in the first half of play. Bland finding Dykstra. Going to Awami. At the elbow. Looking for Jamaica on the baseline. Quick move to the basket. She gets the roll. And the contact underneath. Georgia Swan getting called for the foul underneath. So Swan's first foul in the GNAC. The head coach Bruce Langford in his 18th season, mixing in those pure freshmen. He's got 2 of them on the floor right now, and Lenz and Klassen. Rosie Nabucco is set to check in at the next stoppage. Here's Georgia Swan. Ooh, that's going to be a turnover right into the hands of Awami. Going to pull up for 3. Off the mark there. It'll be Clan basketball. 1:29 left in this opening half of play. And Georgia Swan coming out of the game. Nabucco will inbound the basketball. Here's Sands off a handoff. Back up top to Jones, step back three. Ooh, just off the mark. The fans rose in anticipation of that three ball falling. Jessica Jones loves that step back move beyond the arc. And of course, Jones hit 3 straight at one stage, and it was a terrific, terrific way to get the Clan back into the game. Bland with a nice move in the paint. She's going to get the shooter's roll underneath. And the game now tied at 31 with 49.4 seconds remaining. Timeout called on the floor under a minute remaining. Could let you know the SFU Spirit Shop has SFU branded clothing and merchandise, and it's proud to support Simon Fraser University Athletics. The Spirit Shop located at the Burnaby campus in the Maggie Benson Center. Pick up your SFU athletic swag today. We'll remind you that at halftime we'll have a player interview live off the floor to get our thoughts from one of the Clan players here in what has been a very, very tight opening half of play to the 2018-19 GNAC season. The sounds of the MEI Screaming Eagles band here in the West Gym under the direction of Mr. Chad Joyner. Back to live action in Drynan. Clan would love to break this deadlock. Here's Jones. Sweeping move off the window, doesn't fall for her. Nawami now for the Vikings. We're looking at about a 9-second difference between the clocks here as we get down the stretch drive. 30 seconds remaining in the opening half of play. Low scoring defensive struggle here. Simon Fraser and Western looking pretty evenly matched. Turnaround move doesn't go there for the Vikings. Lexi Bland, and very quickly down the floor come the Clan with 8 seconds left. Right to the rack and lays it up and in. Ozzy Nabucco and the Clan with a lead. And wow, you better keep your eyes open as Sienna Lenz comes barreling right into our broadcast location here courtside. 2.1 seconds remaining. If she decided to go over the bench, I would have gone right into the wall. So a foul called there, and Lexi Bland to the free throw line with 2.1 seconds remaining. Bland's gonna go too strong on the first. So the Clan will likely go into the half with a lead. And she will switch the second, so 33-32 our score, 2 seconds remaining. Drynan puts up a shot just off the mark there. So the Simon Fraser Clan with a 33-32 lead. And we are getting set to be joined by one of the Clan players. I believe it's going to be Jessica Jones of the Simon Fraser Clan stepping in with us here. And that'll be great to chat with her. Step in, Jess Jones. Good first half. What was it like out there?
Very high pace. They're looking to run. We're looking to run. They're really pounding the ball inside. We've seen that with a few other teams like San Diego. So we need to stick to our game plan, not let them score inside, know their personnel, and play to our strengths.
How good did it feel to get on a bit of a roll hitting that three ball?
Feels really good. I've always struggled with, after I miss a couple, then I stop, but now I'm working on getting my shots, helping other people try to get their shots.
Last question. There's a lot of new players on this team. What's it like with all these rookies?
I think it's really exciting. Everyone's fresh. Everyone's eager to learn. We have lots of energy. I think it's great. I love all the new ones.
We'll let the band play, but thanks and have a great second half.
Thanks.
Jessica Jones joining us here on Clan TV as the MEI Screaming Eagles take over. We'll be back with the second half tip-off.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
We start our season in Whistler training camp, and we all sit down and we talk about our goals. And right away there, I knew this group of girls and guys were really prepared for a great season.
Coming into Whistler, it was a really exciting time, and that excitement has continued. Everybody came in with so much enthusiasm and so much desire to make that push to nationals.
It took a lot to get to where we are right now. Every training session, every race, we've been extremely dedicated and ready to perform at our best.
We've got a great mix of young guys coming up who've made a huge amount of improvement. Everybody stepped up, especially, Rowan, our captain. He's led us at every race, put it all down on the line every time.
For the girls' side, it's hard to pinpoint one person. I think each and every one, every race, has really stepped up. Olivia Willett is a second year this year, and I think just from her first year, she's just been super dedicated, keep going every single workout, and she's just been amazing.
Not in my time at SFU have we ever had both teams at nationals together. It'd be so important, I think, because the men's and the women's team are technically separate teams, but I mean, in reality, I think we're one team. We train together, we go to races together, we experience this together. So I think to have us both experiencing nationals together would be really exciting.
Smith, and Coach, your thoughts on that opening half of play? And we're back here at the West Gym. Howard Samura, Clan TV, along with new Clan assistant coach Malin Smith. And Coach, your thoughts on the opening half of play?
Man, both teams were nervous. I think the crowd, the atmosphere kind of got us sped up a little bit offensively, but defensively we did a pretty good job of holding them to, especially their starters, being able to guard the three-point line pretty well.
This Clan team, always dangerous shooting the three ball. I know Jess Jones got on a bit of a run there, but they kind of took that away from you guys, kind of in getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, of course. We really want to get out and run early. We did an okay job of doing that, but we kind of got stagnant offensively with being able to dribble too much and not passing the ball enough. I think if we do that in the second half, we'll be okay.
Clan fans remember Samantha Beauchamp a couple of years ago. She wasn't here with the team last year, but boy, just positionally and all the things she does, just talk about what difference she can make in the post.
She's huge. I mean, her ability to block shots is huge, and just protect the rim and simple finishes around the rim. She's also helped us offensively. You see a rejuvenated Sam driving to the basket, hitting some post moves, and we really liked what we're seeing right now.
All right, we'll look for more of the same in the second half, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
All right. So Maylin Smith, the new assistant coach, part of the staff under veteran head coach Bruce Langford. We're about 3 minutes away from the start. We'll take a short break and be back with more on Clan TV.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I'm stuck. Not in a good headspace, and I really need to talk to someone right now.
My roommate seems depressed, and I don't know how to help. I try everything to make her day better, but I just don't know what to do.
I've been struggling to balance school, athletics, and the rest of my life. I've been really overwhelmed, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it.
My parents expect me to be a doctor, but that's just not what I want at all. They'll be devastated if they find out I'm changing my plans.
I miss home, my family, and my friends. I'm just really lonely here.
As a student athlete, I'm expected to handle almost everything on my own. Sometimes, I could really just use someone to talk to.
The way the Vikings got off to a very good start down low, and that was Kelsey Rogers scoring the first 8 points of this basketball game for Western Washington. From that point on, Simon Fraser got on a bit of a roll. Jessica Jones hitting those 3 straight triples. But beyond that, nobody really able to dominate. These two teams taking away each other's top strengths. And as we said, it was a 41% shooting performance from the field for Western Washington. They were 13 of 32 from the field in an opening half of play, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. Simon Fraser, 11 of 29 for 38%. But the Clan just 3 of 11 from beyond the arc. So the Simon Fraser starters now, they are the opening game starters. Zoe Nabuco, number 32. Taylor Drynan, number 5, Sienna Lenz, number 1, Jessica Jones, number 33, and of course Sophie Swamp, the senior, wearing number 21. Vikings as well look to have their seniors or their starters back on the floor. Bland, Iwami, Duff, Rogers, and Schwecke. Anna Schwecke wearing number 44, Rogers number 15. Duff, of course, 12, Iwami 10, and Bland number 3. And we're underway in the second half of play. A real quick hitter there, and they get Nabuco down the floor. She goes right to the rim and can't get the finish. Here's Duff with the basketball outside the three-point arc. Very quickly underneath, and once again looking for Rogers off that pass. Kelsey can't finish it underneath. We talked about that nervous energy. It's still there to start the second half. Back-to-back turnovers for the Clan to start this second half of play. Keep it at a point. 33-32 our score. And the Vikings will do a little bit of the same at the other end of the floor as Danny Iwami, number 10, looking underneath with that pass. Great defensive job there from Sienna Lenz to disrupt things underneath, and Lenz now with the basketball. Lenz to Jessica Jones. Nabucco at the free throw line to Swan. Dribbles into the paint. Nice give and go there with Nabucco, and Ozzy 3 times to the basket, 3 times coming up pointless. Quickly to Rogers. A double team underneath immediately, and whistle blows underneath. Simon Fraser getting called for the foul there, and it's going to be Sienna Lenz. So Lenz with her second of the game. Rogers coming out of the game for Western. Coming into the game now, number 20, Katrina Jamaica. Duff to Bland to Jamaica. Here's Duff again, reversing the ball to Iwami. 3 from the top, and it's going to fall for Danny Iwami. A big 3 there. And the Vikings with a 35-33 lead, first basket, and a steal again here by Duff. So Simon Fraser turning the ball over like crazy here to open the second half of play. Lexi Bland up top to Iwami. Jamaica at the high post. Duff now driving on the wing. Underneath, powering her way into the low block against Nabucco. And head coach Bruce Langford needs that difference-making player underneath right now, and Samantha Beauchamp has been that player. As you take a look at that replay underneath, and very quickly, Sam stepping up to come into this basketball game. That low post presence, as you heard assistant coach Malin Smith talk about at the half, is huge for Simon Fraser. So Nabucco is going to come out of the game, and Sam Beauchamp, number 20, the post out of Holy Cross, now into the basketball game. Ooh, some struggles there at the free throw line for Duff. And a bit of a reprieve there for the Clan. They trail by 3. Here's Lenz, thought about the 3. Couple dribbles inside, kick it back out to Beauchamp. Jessica Jones from 16 is going to get the shooter's bounce off the back iron up and through the mesh to pull the Clan to within 1 at 36-35. So Jessica Jones, her first shot from inside the arc, that falls today. Right, just like that though, it's Schwecke underneath the basket. And Bruce Langford concerned with post defense right now, shouting some instructions out to Beauchamp. Here's Jones working off the Sam screen up high. I'm going to call Beauchamp for the block. So things aren't working the way the Clan want here, as Beauchamp's forced to come out of the game. That was her 3rd foul. So a tough break there. They'll call in the freshman. And Sophie Clausen will come in at 6 feet, and the guard forward asked to do some work defensively. Schwecke demanding the basketball. Shot from the outside won't go. Swan gets a hand on it. Both her and Jamaica battling for that ball. It'll be Simon Fraser Clan basketball. The Clan down by 3, a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of play. Here's Lenz. Sienna and her GNAC debut here today to Sophie Swan, the veteran. Dryman to Clausen. Swan, catch and shoot 3, doesn't fall for her. Into the hands of Duff, and quickly Bland will bring it up the court. Bland looking in the low block. The turnaround is going to go, and Anna Schwecke with the basket, in Western building some momentum here. The run now 8-2 to start this 3rd quarter of play. So it's been such a tight basketball game the entire way through, but a 5-point lead, a big one in this low-scoring contest here for the Vikings wearing blue. Dryman almost lost her footing there. Swan up top to Clausen. Hand off to Jones. Jessica driving, puts up a shot, and they're going to whistle that. They're going to call that off, and the offensive foul getting called against Jessica Jones. Basketball mojo nowhere to be found here in the West Gym for Simon Fraser. They cannot gain any kind of traction as Jones gets called for the offensive foul, her first of the game. Head coach Bruce Langford right at our broadcast location, not agreeing with that call.
Come on this side. Or you can be that.
So keep it at a 5-point lead here. Take a look on the Clan replay. Call going against Jones as he drives to the basket. Lexi Bland feeding Jamaica underneath. Rogers back up top now to Duff. Working off the screen right back to Rogers. They'll move it around the horn. Shot clock down to 10. Awami loses the handle but gets it back quickly. Driving, kicking, and a three-pointer there from Duff is not going to go. You see the level of compete that Sienna Lenz brings to this lineup. The freshman battling hard on the baseline for that loose ball. But it will be Western Washington basketball. As Danny Awami now set to inbound. 6:03 left in the third quarter. Simon Fraser trying to stop the bleeding here of a run here by Western to start the third quarter. Quick turnaround move there by Rogers isn't going to go. With Clausen and Swant there batting that loose ball. Simon Fraser keeping possession. Georgia Swant will check in at the next stoppage. Here's a free ball from Drynan. Just teeters off the front of the iron and doesn't go. Bland quickly to Awami up the floor. Carmen Dolfo's Western Vikings trying to build a 7-point lead, but a turnover there. So Georgia Swant now checking into the game for Sienna Lenz. Very frequent to have two pure freshmen on the floor at a time for this Clan team as Anna Schwecke now checking back into the game wearing number 44. Sam Beauchamp brought in for her low post defense, had to sit with 3, but she's coming back now into the basketball game. Let's come up to the minor officials table here at the West Gym. Great crowd in the building here tonight for the GNAC Open. Little skip pass there from Drynan is going to get picked off by Western. And Awami to Bland. Georgia Swant guarding her. Great move underneath, and they find the open player in Anna Schwecke, and she's able to score it. So the Clan's problems guarding down low really starting to magnify here in a 7-point lead now for the Vikings at 42-35. Here's Swant, thought about the 3 head fake drive. And they're going to call Western Washington for the foul underneath. That is going to be Rogers getting called for the foul. A timeout on the floor. So Clan dance team on the floor here, but time to talk about serious matters with the Simon Fraser Clan women's basketball team. Just not able to bring the physicality they want. Western Washington obviously going into the halftime dressing room has tweaked a lot of what they want to do down low, and they're finding ways to find success. Ozzy Nabucco was guarding down in the low block. They took her out, put Sam Beauchamp in, a quick foul to her third of the game. So she sat for a few minutes while Clausen, the freshman, came into the game. Just before the break, we saw Samantha Beauchamp come off the bench and attempt to sub back into this game. So we'll see if she does come out indeed with her teammates to resume play here with 4:54 left in the third quarter. Some of the numbers to give you here. Jessica Jones leading Simon Fraser in scoring with 11 points. She's 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Ozzy Nabucco is 6, the second leading scorer. Anna Schwecke having a great basketball game with 16 points. And she has scored 6 points on 3 of 3 shooting in the third quarter. She's been dynamite down low for head coach Carmen Dolfo, and number 44, a player of influence. You see Beauchamp, number 20, back into the game as we resume play with 30 on the shot clock. The inbound quickly to Jones. Jessica step back 3. Simon Fraser just can't get into rhythm shooting the basketball, and you got to credit Western Washington for taking away That great strength of the Simon Fraser team wanting to play with some tempo, getting up and down the floor as well. Castaneda, number 22, with the basketball on the near side of the court. Drive and kick, 8 on the shot clock, down to Dykstra underneath, finding Anna coming to the basket. Anna Schwecke with the lay-in. She's now 4 for 4 in the third quarter, and the largest lead of the game is now 9 points for the Vikings. Jones back up top to Nabucco. Swan tries to split the defense, can't do it. Getting physical, no foul called as Sophie Swan crashes to the floor. Duff taking a seat, and I believe Jamaica number 20 now into the game, but some nice depth there in terms of being able to bring players into the block for Carmen Dolfo defensively. Swan with the basketball. Very quickly to Jones across half court. 8 on the shot clock as Jessica Jones goes cross court to Beauchamp. Step back 3 again, this time Dykstra giving a hand on it. Avery Dykstra, good job defensively for the freshman guard out of Linden Christian. It's going to be Georgia Swant and Kendall Sands checking into the game for Simon Fraser. Jones and Taylor Drynan take a seat, but what a frustrating third quarter of play for this Simon Fraser Clan team. They led 33-32. They have only scored 3 points in 6 minutes and 20 seconds of this third quarter. Western in full control right now. Bland's 3-ball won't go. Beauchamp with a nice rebound quickly. Kendall across half court. Kendall Sands to the far corner to Swanton. Georgia knocks down the triple. Georgia Swant, welcome to the GNAC with a big long distance bomb. 44-38, much needed for the Clan. Dykstra, her own 3-ball, too strong off the back iron. A second good rebound there from Beauchamp. Simon Fraser wanting to find their flow. They're so dangerous when they get up and down the court. Sands working off the high Beauchamp screen. She gets it back up top to Beauchamp, to Nabucco rather. Here's Georgia, who just hit that 3-ball. Kendall Sands directing traffic, 10 on the shot clock. They go to Georgia Swant in the far corner, and Dykstra's going to get called for the foul defending her. So her first in the game. Iwami now into the game for Bland. Sophie driving to the basket, draws the contact and gets the N1. A big basket for Simon Fraser. Sophie Swan with a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Remember, a 9-point lead just a few moments ago for Western Washington. So the Clan doing some good job. The Swan sisters getting it done. Take a look here on the Clan TV replay as Sophie puts it on the deck and drives to the basket. So determined to play through the contact. And she is a terrific free throw shooter. That one teeters in but falls. And it's a 3-point game, a brand new basketball game. A triple from Georgia, and N1 from Sophie, and the Swan sisters pull the Clan to within 3. Baseline move underneath. Schmecke can't get it to go there. Nabucco gets it. Schwecke so dangerous for Western Washington in this third quarter, held at bay in that instance. Here's Kendall Sands now. Castaneda guarding her back up top to Sophie Swan. Sophie sees a lane, kicks it to an open wing, and little sister Georgia wasn't there, or else Nabucco wasn't there, but anyway, it goes into the, or rather out, I'm not sure if it went into the crowd, but it's a Western Washington basketball here with 2:08 remaining in the third quarter. Simon Fraser desperately needed to get some stops, and they've been getting them. Can they keep it going here? Taylor Drynan, the point guard, set to check in at the next stoppage. Castaneda gets a quick double team there. She gets it back. Shot clock now down to 10 for Iwami. Feeding it right into the heart of the paint. Georgia Swan tried to rip it away, couldn't get it. Here's Awami around Nabucco on the baseline. Great job defensively by the Clan. They take the angles away. And we will take a look at Georgia Swan here again on the replay. The big 3-ball from the freshman, knocking it down like a veteran. That is a big shot. It keyed the run here and got the Clan to within 3. So the Clan now with the basketball. Chance to pull within 1 or tie here. Swan to Beauchamp to Drynan. Taylor working off the Beauchamp screen to the free throw line. Comes to a stop there, pivots, looks for an open player, finds Sophie. Sophie Swan right to the rim, can't get it to go, but the contact is there. Foul on the play against Emma Duff, number 12, her first of the game. Swan making things happen. So Duff taking a seat and Lexi Bland back into the game. Swan makes it, and she's one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. We're on that 90% margin, 90% success rate last season. She knocks them both down, makes it a 1-point game with 1:10 left in the third. Use Awami to skip on the wing to Castaneda back on top. They'll move it around the perimeter, do the baseline. Rogers a jumper, and Rogers, the force underneath, lines up a short little jumper there on the baseline and swishes it home. A big basket for the Vikings, 46-43 for the visitors from Bellingham. Oh, Beauchamp. She had the ball protected there, but the long reach of Schwecke knocked it loose there for a second. Here's Nabucco. Posey with a shot clock down to 10. Back to Sophie. She's going to pull up for 3. Too strong off the back iron. Great job there by Sam Beauchamp. Almost knocked it free. Oh, and that's a big one against Beauchamp. That's going to be her 4th foul of the game. And so Sam's going to have to take a seat here. Clan are going to have to go small. 30 seconds left. And Sophie Clausen now into the game, the 6-foot freshman guard forward out of Sardis Secondary. Beauchamp had left the floor too early. Clausen will remain at the minor officials table. Get ready for a terrific 4th quarter. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be a fun one here. The Clan trailing by 3 with 30 seconds left in the third. Anna Schwecke missing the first free throw. As we said, she started this third quarter 4 of 4 from the field. She really got things going down low. Can't get it to fall underneath. That's a tough break for the Clan. They miss, but the offensive board there by Rogers, and she's going to score it underneath. So although they miss both free throws, they get them back on the field goal off the offensive board. 48-43 for the Vikings. This is a battle. Here's Drynan, and she's going to get that to fall. Taylor showing some emotion on the floor as she gets to the basket, heaves it off the window, and gets it to go. Maybe sensing a bit of the frustration, Drynan with a mock celebration of her own after that make. And she's unable to hit the free throw, but a nice basket there by Taylor Drynan, 48-45, and that's going to do it for the third quarter of play. This is a, I don't want to say it's a brawl, but it's a physical basketball game. Low scoring, both teams in a battle here. And we will see what happens in the 4th quarter of play. And as we look at some of the scoring from that 4th quarter of play, the Western Washington Vikings with a 16-12 edge in scoring. Of course, they got off to a big run, built their lead to as many as 9. That was at the 4:27 mark of that period. Double-digit scores leading the way for Western Washington. Anna Schwecke with 18 points on 8 of 11 shooting from the field. Super efficient for number 44 tonight. She's also got 8 rebounds. So those 18 and 8 leading Western in both categories. 12 points as well for Kelsey Rogers. And if you look at what Rogers and Schwecke have done, they are a combined 14 of 22 from the field today. And if you're going to ink in those points in the paint, clearly they have been able to exploit Simon Fraser down low. And we'll see if that's going to be an ongoing theme this season. Samantha Beauchamp has opened very, very strong, but a couple of quick fouls there, and her count got up to 4, and she's going to stay on the bench to start this fourth quarter. Simon Fraser's leading scorer remains Jessica Jones at 11 points. Of course, she had 9 of those in the opening quarter on 3 triples. Clan shooting 37.5% from the field, and the Vikings 43.5%. So here we go with the final quarter of play in the GNAC opener. Western with the basketball. Bland was looking for Schwecke. Instead, Duff now with the basketball. She'll get it back. A 3-ball. Looked good. Too strong off the side iron right into the hands of Jessica Jones. And here comes the Clan. Quick hitter down the floor to Klassen. She'll bring it back outside the 3-point arc and find Drinan. Taylor this time blocked on her way to the basket. And that was Duff with the block. Goes out of bounds, 16 on the shot clock, so the Clan will inbound the basketball. Swat now. And Sophie takes it right at number 12, Emma Duff, the 5'11" sophomore out of Tumwater, Washington. So Swat now back at the free throw line. Swat makes them both. I could have swore she missed a free throw in that third quarter, but no, she's down for now 5 out of 5 from the stripe. Clan to within 1. Bland to Rogers. Right back to Bland. Rogers finding Schwecke underneath. And those points in the paint, they are definitely the Achilles heel of this Clan post defense tonight. They are unable to stop Rogers and Schwecke underneath. Next home game for the Simon Fraser Clan will be 7 o'clock on Thursday. Hope you join us again on Clan TV. Montana State Billings in town for game number 2. The Simon Fraser Clan will, or rather the Western Washington Vikings return to play Saturday, and they will face Montana State at that point. The Clan opening the season on a Tuesday here in November at the West Gym. Samantha Beauchamp checking into the game for Klassen with 8:45 remaining. Sam playing with those 4 fouls, but they need her presence. Here's Sophie on the baseline. Ooh, was looking for Sam, couldn't get it to her. And the turnover allows the Vikings to quickly get up the floor. Here's Zawami to Castaneda for 3, and she knocks down the triple from the far baseline corner. Jones will get it back from Beauchamp. Her 3-ball off the back iron. Ozzy battling for a rebound, can't squeeze the basketball, and Awami now very quickly to Castaneda down the floor. She just hit a 3 this time off the window, and here come the Vikes. They build that lead back up to 8 points. We mentioned 9 the largest tonight. But easy baskets will get you going in transition. Ooh, and they're going to say offensive foul. They're going to call Ozzy Nabucco for the offensive foul, and the Western bench rises and cheers. The defensive play being made, and we'll take a look at that again as Kelsey Rogers standing her ground. And she gets the call. Number 15 with a big play there defensively. A timeout on the floor will keep it here. Simon Fraser, as we mentioned, will play Thursday against Montana State Billings. The Yellow Jackets coming off of a great season. So 2 real tough tests for this Simon Fraser women's basketball team at home to start the GNAC season. Of course, Warrior home for Simon Fraser men's and women's basketball all season long, and head coach Steve Hansen of the men's team obviously making some big strides and at their own invitational tournament, winning a couple of games in fine fashion in front of some big crowds here at the West Gym. So great to see that Simon Fraser men's basketball team taking a step forward here, ready to potentially gain some traction in the GNAC. What do the women do? They are unable to put a stop on the Vikings down low. It's been something they've battled throughout this contest. But you saw Samantha Beauchamp come back into this basketball game with 4 fouls, and that really tells you it's an area of need. And you're seeing within this Clan rotation, Sophie Klassen, the 6-foot freshman out of Sardis, playing a big role. She's being asked to go down low and spell Samantha Beauchamp in those occasions. Thank goodness Samantha Beauchamp elected to come back for her senior year. They really needed that presence down low. Eight-point gap here for the Clan to try and make up against a talented Western team. Bland kicks it back up top to Awami. Working off the Rogers screen, Lenz guarding her. 6 on the shot clock. To the corner to Castaneda. And a nice block there. Rejected by Samantha Beauchamp on the baseline. And that's what number 20 is going to give you. What a terrific play that was. Some great timing involved there as Castaneda rejected on the baseline. 3 on the shot clock. Simon Fraser going for the stop here. Physical play there by Lenz to knock it out of bounds. And they're going to say Simon Fraser basketball here. They get the new shot clock, and here they come. Drynan across half court. Jones back to Taylor for 3. Doesn't fall. Simon Fraser. 4 triples in this game, very unlike them. And the turnaround there by Schwecke is going to go. Chalk in the largest lead of the game now is at double digits. It's a 10-point lead. The Clan held to 47 points in this basketball game. Here's Drynan, jump stop, and wants to kick it back up top. Is going to feel the contact. Iwami getting called for the foul, I believe. Her 3rd of the game. Simon Fraser, it's go time for them. Here's Nabucco. Oh, and Ozzy will get the roll underneath the N1 opportunity for Nabucco. Real decisive play as you see Nabucco play through the traffic underneath to get to the free throw line. Take a look at our Clan TV replay. The nice entry from Jones on the high post, and Ozzy able to get it to go. The foul on the play being called against number 15, the Kelsey Rogers. She's going to take a seat here with 6:40 left. So Ozzy steps in, unable to get the roll there, so keep it at 8. Simon Fraser needs to string together stops and makes here with 6:35 remaining. There's a steal there by Drynan. Taylor leading her team back up the floor. Pulling up for 3. Bingo! Taylor Drynan, a huge triple! So Nabucco's make and the quick triple off the steal really changes the complexion, but the Clan needs stops. Castaneda now with the basketball. Bland to Awami, high post to Schwecke. Castaneda back to Awami. Elbow jumper from Schwecke is not going to roll in. Nabucco with a big rebound for Simon Fraser. Here they come. Just under 6 minutes remaining. Simon Fraser basketball. Taylor Drynan. Awami guarding her. They go up top to Jones. Lenz with a drive into the paint. Floating in a great basket from the freshman, Sienna Lenz. She gets into the heart of the Western defense and brings some calm there the pure freshman with a big basket, a timeout for Carmen Golfo's squad here. Simon Fraser to within 3. Take a look at your replay on Clan TV. Great job here by Sienna Lenz, who comes to a jump stop right in the paint. And if she's overmatched size-wise, she doesn't let it bother her. Just decisive with that shot release right in the paint off the jump stop, 57-54. Let's take another look here, and a great steal by Taylor Drynan. This was a big basket. Taylor wants the 3. She pulls up quickly and lets it go. Great to see the junior commanding her team and pulling up and hitting a big shot. So plenty of highlights for the Clan. They were down by 10. They now trail by 3. And that happened really quickly here in front of the home fans at the West Gym. See what Simon Fraser does here as they get set to come out of the timeout. Many contributions from the freshmen. The minutes they're playing under big situations is how they're learning to play here in the GNAC. Samantha Beauchamp, Ozzy Nabucco, Jess Jones, Sienna Lenz, and Taylor Drynan, the Clan players coming out of the break. Shweki Castaneda, Jamaica, Bland and Awami on the floor for Western. Ozzy with quick hands defensively is going to knock that out of Castaneda's hands. It'll stay with the Vikings. Bland guarded by Drynan. 6 on the shot clock here for Iwami, who tried to skip it, gets it back, hoists a shot. It's not going to go, but a loose ball goes to the Vikings. So a break for Western. And they'll reset the shot clock here. Castaneda on the block. Underneath, continually scoring underneath in the paint. This time it's Anna Shweki. So the Clan did everything right till the last second until Shweki touched that ball. Here's a step back 16-footer from Jones that isn't going to follow Wami with the rebound. 4:40 left. Transition. And Western making things work here as they get Gracie Castaneda racing down the floor. She makes it and draws the contact for the 3-point play. So as quickly as Simon Fraser cut that 10-point lead, the Western Washington Vikings on the verge of making it 8 points a game here. They will miss it though, and Beauchamp with a tip drill underneath. It goes to Nabucco. A great fingertips there from Samantha Beauchamp to keep it alive. Here's Lenz. Skip pass to Ozzy, back up top to Sienna. Now Taylor driving with the basketball. Beauchamp at the high post. Jones step back. 3-ball. Bingo! Jessica Jones step backs and knocks down a huge shot for Simon Fraser. That 3-ball, such an ally to the Clan. Ooh, and Jones comes in too hard from behind. That is a tough foul to take. With 4 minutes left in this game. Sienna Lenz coming out of the game. Sophie Swant in. As we take a look at the Jones step back 3. 2 feet behind the 3-point arc. Here's Iwami right through the defense. Can't get it to go. And Jones rips it away. Clan trailing by 4, 3:49 left. Their best basketball here over the final 3:44 to pull out a victory over this tough Western team. Here's Drynan spinning at the free throw line to skip to Nabucco, but Anna Shweki there able to get a hand and knock it out of the passing lane. Kelsey Rogers, number 15, checking into the game. Jamaica taking a seat. Sienna Lenz checking in as well for Simon Fraser. She will spell Jones. Jones, Swan, Nabucco, Lenz, and Drynan on the floor right now for Simon Fraser. Iwami with the basketball, high post. Schwecke to Duff, back up top to Iwami. Great look underneath and a miss underneath by Rogers. That was a gimme. And Kelsey Rogers came up short on the baseline. A tough break for Western. Here's Drynan, a bit of a head fake. Now to Swan, just outside the arc. Sophie will reverse it. Taylor thought about the three, instead of work off the Beauchamp screen. Into the paint, head fake, and rolls off the rim. A tough break there for Taylor Drynan. Everything but score. So keep it at 4 points, 61-57, 2:53 remaining. Castaneda quickly to the basket. Back up top. Schwecke from 15, can't get it to go, but a loose ball into the hands of Castaneda. And they're going to call Sienna Lenz for the foul underneath. Jones hustling back off the bench and into the game, and she will spell Lenz. Sienna, great energy. That was such a big basket she scored moments ago in the paint. Here's Duff back up top. Castaneda. Ooh, knocked away from Rogers by Sophie Swant, and here comes Swant barreling down the floor. Was looking for Jones, but threw it right into the hands of Rogers. So a turnover there with 2:30 left in a 4-point basketball game. Western will play slow, deliberate in the half court, but they find Rogers in a soft touch underneath against Beauchamp. 63-57 Western. A terrific basketball team. Carmen Dolfo squad coming up here to open the season and really have bent but not broken, is I think is the way you want to say it. Built that lead up to 10, have withstood a couple of Clan charges, and right now Simon Fraser with a timeout trailing by 6. The next home game, November the 29th, the 7 o'clock start. I'll be here to bring you Simon Fraser and Montana State Billings, the Yellow Jackets in town. Another super tough test for Simon Fraser early in this GNAC season. And of course, the 2 games early in the GNAC campaign, and of course the month of December will see the Clan play out of conference, and we get right back to it in the new year. So the 2 games here are a real treat for these Clan basketball fans who have filled the West Gym here tonight for the GNAC opener. And the band is in the house, the MEI Screaming Eagles under the direction of Mr. Chad Joyner. Their long foray out from Abbotsford, but they are a crowd favorite in the West Gym. Here Simon Fraser now with the basketball. It's go time plus for Simon Fraser. Drynan. Bland guarding her, the skip to Sophie Swant. Cutting in the middle is Beauchamp. Back up top to Drynan. Taylor back to Sophie, head fake, baseline, drives. Was looking for Rutherford. Nabucco on the baseline, couldn't get it. 2 bodies on the floor. Beauchamp and Bland, but the Vikings come away with it. Western have been so dangerous in the half court here tonight. Here's Iwami getting by Nabucco. Skip to Schwecke underneath. They'll kick it back up top. Had the elbow jumper there. Pass it up, and this time back up top. Shot clock now down to 8 for Iwami. She almost loses her dribble, gets it back, reverses it. They're going to put up a shot with 1 on the shot clock. Won't go, but they get a rebound. Kelsey Rogers with a miss, gets it right back. A tough break. The Clan played 30 seconds of defense there and gave up the old board, and very quickly a foul committed by Taylor Drynan. It's only her first of the game. Here's Georgia Swant, the freshman, now set to check in. 1:17 remaining, that lead at 6, but Bland with some big free throws here for Western, making it a 3-possession game. So Georgia in for Ozzy Nabucco. He's going to make them both. Clutch play there from Bland at the free throw line. Schwecke heads out, Castaneda back in. Coach Dolfo's team got off to that good start in the 3rd quarter. They've maintained their shape and posture here for the second half. And a miss there by the Clan. putting on some pressure here, but Western keeping command of the ball. Dryden will foul Iwami as she heads towards the half court. Bruce Langford calling his group in. This is a Clan basketball team. If you were to pick this team up from last season, there are so few players. So Coach Langford with 6 players in the heavy rotation that weren't on this roster last season. And we're talking about Nabucco, Beauchamp, and 4 of their 5 freshmen. So some real changes here, and it's going to take some time for this Clan team to find its chemistry. Western now equaling its biggest lead of the game at 10 points from the stripe. Here's Dryden. Jones wants the 3. She leans into it, not going to get the roll. Swant battling hard. She comes down with it as she hits the deck. Both she and I believe that was Rogers.
Okay, Michael. Hey, big stop right here. Let's go. Let's focus.
Big battle here. Simon Fraser losing their way down the stretch drive. So the Clan Nation coming here tonight looking for a victory to open the season. This is a talented Clan team, and you know they are going to get so much better throughout the course of the season. But against a veteran team like this, your deficiencies are going to be magnified in the Clan, especially in the low block today, giving up a lot of layups. Here's Jones hitting the deck along with Swant. Beauchamp as well. They can't come away with the ball. And Western, everything's coming up Vikings right now. Swant getting called for the foul, I believe Sophie. 36.6 seconds left in a slow march down the floor to the free throw line. I believe Kelsey Rogers will step up and shoot a pair. Western's done what they've had to do here. That is the largest lead of the game now at 11 points with 36.6 seconds left. And Rogers is going to make them both. Simon Fraser trailing by 12 with 35 seconds left. Swant will take the quick 3 and she'll knock it down. Sophie with a big triple. Is it coming too little too late? But a great little handoff there to Sophie. She knocks down a smooth 3. As you see on the Clan TV replay, the handoff from Dryden and nothing but net for Sophie Swant on that triple. As we look at what Western Washington has been able to do here, Kelsey Rogers and Anna Schwecke have been just huge for this basketball team tonight, both into double digit scoring wise. Schwecke also into double figures with rebounds, a real force. So number 15 and number 44 have been the catalyst for this 9-point lead here by the Vikings. And the high percentages really indicate the inability by the Clan in the half court. And it was great ball movement. Credit Western with getting high percentage shots down low. Also thought in the half court situation, Simon Fraser would love to have gotten some defensive rebounds, but Western some key offensive boards here in the second half to extend possessions. And Western's defense on the flip side really, for the most part, did not let Simon Fraser get into a zone in terms of their tempo, their ball movement, and getting that three-point shooting game going. They love to shoot the 3, and when they can't hit it, they're going to struggle. With that said, if you're a Simon Fraser fan, not too far off in so many aspects. Swant almost got the steal there as Bland takes a tumble at half court. And the officials will whistle Swant for the foul with 26.7 remaining. As we mentioned, Montana State Billings in on Thursday, and Clan TV, the place to be to watch us with a broadcast of that basketball game. 2 tough games to start the 18-19 GNAC campaign here, as Bland has that one roll off the front of the iron. Makes the second. Dryden with the basketball. Swung into the paint off the window. It's moved by Sophie, who scored 5 points in the last couple seconds here. Lead cut to 8, another timeout called. Take a look at the replay here. Dryden to Jones, and they'll find their senior, who goes right to the window for the layup. Western not wanting to foul. The MEI Screaming Eagles band rocking the house here at the West Gym. Fans have really wanted to get behind their Clan team today. There just have not been extended runs, and the tempo was curtailed a lot by what Western was able to do. They took away fast break opportunities. And if you're going to say how many easy baskets did the Simon Fraser Clan get tonight, not a whole lot. And that's credit to Western Washington. What they've done here is they've come north to open the GNAC campaign. Simon Fraser had lost 6 straight to Western before getting that big one at the end of the regular season last season, but Western starting another streak here tonight. It looks like with 13 seconds left and an 8-point lead and the ball. Iwami with the ball, everybody will back off, and that's going to do it here. So the debut for Simon Fraser and its new look here this season doesn't go as planned for the home crowd. A great job by the Western Washington Vikings. They take an 8-point victory here at the West Gym, 70-62 over the Simon Fraser University Clan. Simon Fraser back to the drawing board in search of that first GNAC win. Western Washington will be off until Saturday. Both of these teams set to play on back-to-back Thursday and Saturday games. The Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets, MSUB in the West Gym on Thursday, a 7 o'clock tip against your Simon Fraser University Clan. For everybody with Clan TV, our producer Gabriel Lynn and all of our operators, thank you for another great debut to the 2018-19 GNAC season. I'm Howard Samura bidding you farewell, and we'll be with you again on Clan TV come Thursday. Safe travels.